Hey there guys, this is Deeptunester here. Welcome back to Let's Play Gurumin. And, well, you'd think this would be something that would happen in like a later episode and not the freaking second episode of the LP, but it turns out after I got done recording this episode, I realized I wasn't recording any audio. Isn't that freaking lovely? So, this is going to be post-commentary for this episode. Sorry about that. Yeah, well, make it through it somehow. Everyone says it's dangerous outside. Buy lots of cookies and chocolates in town, just in case. So yeah, I don't know if I've established it yet, but you can buy sweets from the bakery back at the town, and they act as healing items. Because believe it or not, we actually have HP in this game. We can actually die. Isn't that quite morbid? Get our nice little world map, our little overworld, I guess you want to call it. We can't really go to many places. Whenever you try to go somewhere, this blue guy that's dancing will block you, so there's really only one place you can go here. The game kind of holds your hand and forces you to go there. And it sort of acts as a nice tutorial level, which is it's kind of sad that I'm having to do post-commentary because you won't be able to hear my initial reactions to like the actual mechanics and stuff. But I guess in replacement of that, I can sort of explain what's going on and the basics of what I've picked up so far. I've actually recorded a few episodes past this point now. I've gotten 4 of them done, so it's not like I'm an expert at this game by any means, but I do know a few things that I didn't quite know going into this right here. So I think right here I'm going back to the town to see what sort of stuff I can buy. So that'll be a few more things. Oh great, here comes this guy, oh my gosh. Powering that drill, where'd you get it? Nice, huh? It's mine. That's quite an old model. Don't make them like that anymore. I do demolition, but I'm also good with machines. I may be able to get some parts for your drill. Really? All for free if you go out on a date with me. So yeah, once again, this guy's still stuck on trying to go out on a date with us. I mean, I guess this is supposed to be this game's idea of a joke. Like, it's supposed to be for giggles and laughs. But really, I just kind of find it creepy more than anything. I'm sure I'm not alone in that regard. Oh, here's this dog. This dog is a straight up asshole. Like, he just doesn't care. He barks at those monsters. If it, like, growls at everybody. People just put up with this dog's shit. They put up with a lot of shit, actually, really, in this town. So here I am going into the bakery, see what all I can buy here. At this point, I'm kind of deciding, you know, how I want to spend my gold, what I want to try to prioritize. And to be honest, I'm still not absolutely sure what I'm going to do about that. So I think I do buy a cookie just to have something in case my HP gets low, since I'm a complete noob at this game. But as it turns out, this game is fairly lenient on HP, at least in the early stages of the game. I'm sure the difficulty will ramp up at some point. But for now, we're strolling along okay. Some more of that. I still can't believe I thought that was a glitch the first time I saw it, that little alleyway there. Alright, it looks like we're going to be heading off to the first level of the game. Turns out, it plays kind of a lot like, I mean, this isn't like a Bomberman game, so this isn't exactly like Bomberman Hero, but it's sort of like that 3D platformer sort of style, where it's not like a huge open level like you'd find in like Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie or something like that. The levels are a little bit linear, but it gives you just enough room to maneuver to where you can like discover treasures and things like that. And I kind of like it. I kind of like that it has that sort of old school feel to it. And oh yeah, this freaking cat here, that is not the sort of voice that I had pegged on him. I thought he was going to sound like a, you know, like a comic relief character or something. But to be honest, he just kind of sounds like a badass more than anything. Alright, here we go. I really like the weird, kooky music in this level. And if you're paying attention to the meter at the top of the screen, you can see that the rate that the notes are coming in the middle depends, well, on the tempo of the level. When I first started trying to do the crits that you get from doing the rhythm, or I explained that completely terribly. I don't know if I kind of touched on it in the first episode, but this game has a mechanic where if you do attacks to the beat of the song as shown at the top of the screen there, you can do crits. What they don't really explain to you, at least not immediately, is that you can actually hold down the attack button and it'll pretty much guarantee you a crit. And if you hold it down for a long time, you can do like a charged attack and stuff. And you'll see here in a little bit, I'm trying to do a crit on this wall, because I thought I had to like hit the attack button on the beat. That's how you get crits no matter what. And you have to actually do those crits in order to break like rocks and walls and things like that. So I was trying my damnedest to break this wall open until I finally like tried holding down the button, and I realized that I can get guaranteed crits from just holding it down for a little bit. And I think this is it here, or maybe not. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still trying to discover a lot of the controls here, so sorry for that. You're just going to have to bear with me here. I know people are going to be screaming at me that actually know how to play this game, but that's what you get for doing a blind LP. Yeah, speaking of blind LP, since we have sort of a lull in the action here, I don't know, I feel like the way my channel's going to be going, well, I mean, it's already been kind of going this way for a while, but I'm starting to favor blind LPs over, like, me playing a game that I'm familiar with. Because, I don't know, when I'm playing a game I'm familiar with, I sort of feel like it's the burden's on me to be, like, an instructor and to, like, actually teach people about the game. But I don't know, I kind of prefer the commentary style where, like, I'm going in blind, I don't know what's going on, and I'm discovering things. To me, that just feels like I just have a more fun experience making videos in that way. And I also like to do it because making videos on games I've never played before kind of gives me a motivation to sort of finish the game. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. It's not like I'm motivated to finish because people are watching and they're like going to be hounding me if I don't get things done. It's more like because I have a journal of me going through the game and my progress, and I don't know, those videos kind of tell a story and a log. It just seems kind of cool to me, so I like to have sort of that video journal of me going through a game. I don't know, it's kind of a sentimental thing, but I think that's the way I'll be doing LPs from now on. And even when I'm watching LPs or, you know, people playing games on YouTube, that's sort of what I prefer. I prefer to watch people playing games they're not familiar with, that I might be a big fan of and I really enjoy, but I like to watch it because I like to see people's reactions and to see them going through it for the first time and how they feel, you know, think about the game. And I think a lot of people kind of share that sentiment. I mean, every time I get requests on this channel, you know, the very few times I do, it's always people wanting me to play a game that they love that I'm not going to be familiar with. It'll be me playing for the first time, so that must be because they want to see that initial reaction. They want to see someone enjoying that game for the first time. So I don't know, I want to hear what you guys think about the whole issue, and, you know, kind of what you prefer to see when you're watching an LP or, you know, any sort of gameplay for that matter. Alright, so sorry for that little rant. I kind of want to get something like that off of my chest just to kind of inform people about what I'm aiming to do with this channel in the future. And now we're learning about this nice little technique called a guard dash. You can actually go through attacks, and like you can see those little lasers in the back, you can actually phase through those too. So it's kind of cool. I kind of like, I feel like the combat in this game can actually get pretty complex and fun, so I'm actually looking forward to, you know, how they turn these mechanics into something, you know, how they bring them all together and create challenging gameplay out of that. So I am really kind of digging this game for the most part so far, and I'm really interested in playing more, and I hope you guys are interested in seeing more. Alright, so we'll go through, oh yeah, if you've been seeing it so far, me breaking pretty much every single pot in sight. If you've been watching my channel for any sort of amount of time, you know I have something that I like to call kill everything on the screen syndrome, and that applies to breakable things like pots and all that. I don't know, maybe it's just all that Zelda at a young age that just kind of plagued my mind. Because that game kind of drills into you, like, you have to kill all the enemies on here to get through a door, you have to break all the pots, you don't want to miss any treasures, you don't want to miss any rupees, so, I don't know, it's just kind of tainted me, I guess. But I don't know. Tainted might be the wrong word for it. Maybe that's a good thing. In fact, it really is a good thing. It's not like you're not getting rewarded for breaking all the stuff. And actually, well, okay, let's get into the awesome story we're getting into here. We discover an enemy for the first time. Well, have I fought an enemy yet? I haven't really been... This is the worst post-commentary ever. I'm not even really paying attention to my gameplay right now. I think I have fought enemies before. In fact, I'm pretty much certain that I have fought enemies before this point, so this isn't really anything too new. And great, now I've forgotten what I was talking about before. Something about Zelda? I don't know. It's lost on me. This is why I don't do post-commentary, guys, because I just get distracted and go off on some weird tangent when I'm not having to pay attention to a game. Oh, this is the wall I was talking about earlier where I was trying my damnedest to do try to time my hits to the beat. And it was so difficult for me because this is a pretty fast tempo song. So there I am getting frustrated and running off. I decided to just break some rocks, or at least practice some crits on the rocks first. But it won't be too much longer before I discover I can just hold down the button and break things that way. And it's really nice that they made it like that. I don't know how I'd feel if they didn't have it so to where you can hold down the button and do crits. Having to do a hit on the beat every time. It's an interesting mechanic, but it can get annoying pretty fast. And not just annoying, just kind of boring, really, because I don't know. You're just always hitting to the beat, and it feels like it affects your combat to a point where you can't really strategize that well, or at least it becomes just way too difficult. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to describe, really. So there we go. We finally get the freaking door open. I don't think I've even discovered the... Oh, yeah, I did. So as you can see, the blue bar filling up there at the top, that's me holding down the button to get the guaranteed crits. So that's good. Finally get past this part of the game. Oh no, this wasn't too long of a level. Thankfully. Uh-oh. Red alert. Yeah, another classic Zelda trope. Getting locked in a room, the door closes behind you once you enter. I mean, what do these enemies do, really? Oh, they kind of roll at you, so... really not too hard to dodge. I mean, we're not playing Bloodborne or Dark Souls here. This isn't, you know, this game's going to kick your ass from the get-go, deal with it sort of difficulty. And I can definitely dig that. You can see down at the bottom, I actually have two different forms of currency. So all these coins I'm collecting are the, oh god, I forgot the name of the currency. I've done 4 episodes of that. It starts with a P, that's all I know. God. Pockles, that's it, Pockles. So you get the Pockles, which is one form of currency. And I think I come across it a little bit later in the video, but there's another form of currency. Oh, by the way, this is a healing pad. I don't know, I didn't really take the time to read that sign. I'm not sure if you caught it. But you just step on those pads and it'll fully heal your HP, so that's really nice. And I kind of made the comment to where, you know, you don't really... Well, you probably will need healing items. I'm not going to make that quick of a judgment. But it's definitely a lot more lenient since they provide those healing pads to you. You're not absolutely required to stock up on those healing items, which is nice because there are some other things in this game that you're going to be interested in spending money on, that's for sure. Alright, here I go, forgetting what I was talking about before I went off that tangent again. Oh yeah, the other form of currency is actually called junk. You can actually... Certain enemies have like shields and armor attached to them. And if you do attacks to knock that armor off of them, you can actually get that currency, that junk off of them. And I guess you use that to upgrade your items and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. I haven't really seen that sort of thing in other games where like you knock armor and use that to create new items. I'm sure there is other games that do stuff like that, but it's not a mechanic I come across often, so I found that pretty cool. Alright, here I'm learning about the different types of boxes. Essentially, there's like 3 different types, that sign was saying. The wooden ones that can be broken and pushed. There's other ones that can be pushed but not broken, and then there's other ones that you just can't do anything to. You can only jump on them and use them as platforms. So there's something to keep in mind. I do eventually break the box and miss the coin. Oh, I finally remembered what I was going to talk about way back a few minutes ago. About me breaking the pots. Well, it turns out this game actually, like, bases your rating on a level based on how many pots you break. And, well, there you go. My kill everything on the screen syndrome actually has a game that rewards it. Because you have to actually do it to get a certain rating, and I guess getting a good rating on a level gives you a medal, and I don't know. There's still things that I'm learning, and will be explained in due time in the next episode, so it's not really something I have to get into in depth right now. Hit that switch, that brings over a platform for us. You can see some quirky camera motion here. Actually, one of the big complaints that I saw when I was doing some research about this game before I started playing it was that the camera sometimes gets all weird and awkward and kind of blocks your action when you're in a fight or something. And I've kind of experienced that as I've been playing this game, but it's really not like completely game breaking. I mean, it's perfectly fine. It doesn't really hamper my enjoyment of the game that much. But I do see the point that people are making about it, and sometimes it does get unusually close up to where at times when it really shouldn't be. So I can see that as a legitimate complaint. Oh god, these guys are freaking adorable. Who knows what these things are underneath the boxes, but damn. Damn if they aren't cute with the boxes on. A little charge they do too. Alright, you gonna kill it? There you go. It's a really creative idea to have, like, this drill weapon, too. Like, you don't really see any sort of weapon like that in any other game. Like a drill on a pole. It's pretty cool. Definitely a lot of interesting techniques that you can learn with it, too, as we'll be seeing later. Here, I thought this was like a thing you crawl under, like, you know, in a Zelda game or something, but no, it just turns out you have to break the wall. I guess the whole point of it even being there was to show you that there was a gate that you had to lift with that lever that I pushed a little bit earlier. Oh, this is pretty sweet, these targeted air attacks. So I guess when you hit an enemy, if you jump and hit an enemy, you can actually do another jump after you land that hit. I don't know if you can chain that forever, but it seems really cool, is all I can really say, if you can. And it's kind of fun to do, but it's kind of tricky. You'll see it's going to take me a little while to get the hang of doing it, but once you do get the hang of it, it's really fun. And believe it or not, it's actually not too long before they actually require you to do that. Well, not really require you, but to get to a little side area, you'll have to do it in order to get there. And it's not like it's completely, like, mind-numbingly difficult. It's really not. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. It kind of reminds me in, like, Sonic, the 3D Sonic games, when you can use the homing attacks, it kind of bounces you back up in the air a little bit, but instead of the game automatically, like, giving you that momentum and putting you up in the air, you kind of have to hit the jump button to get that extra air a little bit. I don't know. It's hard to explain without actually, you know, without you actually having a controller in your hand, but you can see here I'm still trying to get the hang of it. Not really having much luck. I didn't get any of the extra jumps there. But I am getting extra pockles from these, which kind of makes me wonder if I can just kind of grind these enemies endlessly and get all the money I need. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's something you can do in a lot of RPGs. Pretty much every single one I played, grinding can be a major factor that helps you get further along than you really should be at that point. But I'm really not sure how far it can be abused. And it's not like I'm really planning to actually abuse it. I don't plan to actually go through levels with just to grind up experience or coins or whatever. And speaking of experience, I don't even think, like, I can get... I don't know if there are experience points in this game or not. I mean, we have HP, and I'm guessing at some point we're going to get things that will increase my HP, right? I mean, that would only make sense for your character to become stronger in an RPG, but I'm really not sure about that, to be honest. And yeah, this little part here is just explaining about the armor. I guess one thing I was confused about is what it meant by doing a charge attack. Did it mean, like, me just charging up my drill a little bit? But I think what it means now, in hindsight, is that you can charge up your drill to actually fill up all the way and go red, and I think that's the charge attack they're talking about.
You came to free me?
And yes, we made it to the end of the level and saved the little monster guy that got... I can't remember if he got kidnapped or what. I think he got kidnapped by those mist monsters. Oh yeah, this... I guess he could have just walked out of the cage the whole time. So our entire journey here was pointless.
We have to save them.
We have to save them. And save them we shall. Oh man, that doesn't look good, does it? That looks like it's time to get the hell out of wherever that mist is coming into.
Do you think it's going to rain?
Those aren't clouds. That's dark mist.
Dark mist?
This is bad. I have to get to Monster Village.
Hey! Wait up!
And there you have it. That's the first level of Gurumin. And now, I don't know if you recognize this place, but this was that monster village that we were just at, and it just got completely messed up by whatever was in those dark clouds. That's pretty messed up. This is supposed to be a happy, cheery game, not like, you know, death and destruction everywhere.
Okay, job done.
Oh, look at this ragtag crew.
That was like too easy.
Who cares if some of them got away?
That guy's
My
voice, oh
makeup's a
my
mess and
gosh.
I broke a nail.
The prince!
And there he is. That's that dude that was like, oh, this guy looks pretty badass. Is he the main villain? Well, turns out he
Well
is.
done, my little friends. Thank you. My brilliant plan is in motion, but there's still much to do. Do not fail me.
Yes, Your Highness.
Ooh, you look as handsome as always, my prince.
Oh! Stop looking at the prince like that. You don't
You
have
think
a
the
chance.
prince likes you?
Shut up, you noisy little
Fish
pig.
breath. You?
Oh, I actually didn't catch that line last time. I guess that fish thing is supposed to be gay? I thought it was just the voice.
What's next, Your Highness?
The plan.
Stop it. You stop it.
Per plan.
I always have a thing for villains, or like just characters in general that use playing cards as weapons. I don't know why I found that so badass, but apparently I'm not the only one who thinks so, because they use it all the time in, I don't know, any sort of fiction.
What happened?
Welcome back, human.
You're a phantom.
I am Prince of the Phantoms. Pleased to meet you.
Prince? Where is everyone?
Your friends are elsewhere, enjoying my hospitality. Maybe you should go and find them.
The freaking eyebrow raise. Oh my god.
I bid you
It's great.
adieu.
Oh my god, what the hell is that? His voice kind of sounded like that guy that does the voice of every orc in World of Warcraft. You know that guy. I don't know his name, because I'm bad, but you know the guy.
I'm sure my friends are fine. Monsters can't die. I should go look for them.
The heck was with her leg there for a sec? That was kind of weird. Oh, I had the urge to like move around on an imaginary controller there. I actually thought I was still playing the game. And, well, I guess that's a good time as ever to end this video. It's not like I have much of a choice, because this is where I did end the video. So, next time, guys, I promise it'll be live commentary, and it won't be me rambling about blind LPs and whatnot for 5 minutes. So, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.